Hey everyone. So, if you've ever felt like you've kind of hit a ceiling with the usual AI chatbots, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to smash right through that ceiling. We're diving into Google's AI Studio, which is a whole different ballgame. It lets you go way beyond just chatting and actually start building things.
Right? I mean, we've all been there. You're trying to get something done, and the AI just gives you these generic, kind of bland answers. It's not creative enough, or maybe it's not precise enough. It just feels stuck. Well, that exact feeling is why tools like AI Studio were created, and trust me, they completely changed the game.
Okay, so this lays it out perfectly. Think about it like this. A normal chatbot, that's like a pre-built car. Sure, it'll get you where you need to go, but you can't really tinker with it. AI Studio, on the other hand, that's the entire workshop. You get to pop the hood, tune the engine, mess with the parts, and connect it to real-time data. You're not just a passenger anymore. You're the mechanic, the engineer, the builder.
And that's why people call it the developer's playground for Gemini. Now, I know what you're thinking. Developer. Sounds a little intimidating, right? But don't let that fool you. This is really just a web-based lab where you can prototype and build stuff super easily. You definitely don't need a PhD in computer science to get started.
All right, so first things first. Let's talk about how you can actually tune the AI's brain. We're going to look at the control panel, the knobs and dials that let you shape its personality. This is where you stop being a passive user and start becoming the director. So, the very first, and maybe the most important, dial you need to know about is called temperature. Just think of it like a creativity knob. It's all about controlling how predictable or how wild and random the AI is going to get.
And here's how that trade-off plays out. If you turn the temperature way down, close to zero, the AI becomes super predictable. It'll always pick the most obvious logical next word. This is awesome for things that need to be precise, like, say, summarizing a legal document. But if you crank that temperature all the way up, it starts to get adventurous. It explores less common, more creative word choices, perfect for brainstorming new ideas or even writing a story.
But temperature isn't the only creativity dial in town. You've also got something called Top P. Now, instead of just adjusting randomness, Top P basically gives the model a short list of approved words to choose from. Only the most likely options make the cut. And here's a pro tip for you. If you need something to be absolutely reliable, turn both the temperature and Top P way down. This puts the AI in what's called deterministic mode, making its answers as predictable and consistent as possible.
Okay, this is a really important point. We need to talk about the difference between a normal chat prompt and what's called a system instruction. The quote here says it all. Chat prompts are suggestions. System instructions are laws. Think about it that way. A system instruction is a rule that the AI has to follow for your entire conversation. You can tell it, hey, you're a sarcastic pirate from now on, or always answer in JSON format, and it will stick to that rule no matter what else you ask it.
And look, you can even combine all these settings to create your own presets for different jobs. This table is basically your cheat sheet. You need to fact-check something? Lower the temp, maybe connect it to the web. Want to do some creative writing? Crank that temperature way up. And for something super precise like debugging code, you'll want to set that temperature all the way to zero. See? These aren't just random settings. They're powerful recipes for specific tasks.
Okay, so we've officially tuned the AI's brain. Now for the fun part, let's give it some superpowers. We're going to look at the tools that let it break out of its digital box and actually connect with the real world with live information.
You can almost think of these as the AI's senses. First, you've got Google Search Grounding. This lets the model do a live Google search to check facts with the latest info. And get this, it even gives you citations so you know where it got the answer. Then there's Maps Grounding, which, you guessed it, lets it verify physical addresses. And maybe my favorite, URL Context, where you can literally just drop in a link and tell the AI, okay, this web page is your Bible now. Use only this as your source of truth. And here's another awesome superpower. The AI can write and run its own code. So let's say you ask it a math problem, or tell it to sort a bunch of data. Instead of just trying to guess the answer, it'll actually write a little Python script, run that script, and then give you the result. It's like having a tiny programmer living inside the AI ready to go. So let's put this all together with a real-world example. Say you want to fact-check a news article you just read. Step 1, you grab the link and pop it into the AI using that URL context tool. Step 2, you flick on search grounding so it can access the live web. And step 3, you just ask it, hey, can you verify the claims in this article against what everyone else is saying online? And boom, just like that, you've built yourself a super-powered automated research assistant.
Okay, so everything we've talked about so far has been about controlling the AI, telling it how to think, what tools to use. But AI Studio lets us take a huge leap. It's time to stop talking at the AI and start building with it.
And this is where things get, well, honestly, a little bit sci-fi. We're moving beyond just prompting and into the world of actually building things. Some people are calling this vibe coding, and it's this wild idea that you can create a real working app just by describing the vibe you're going for.
Now, a really critical tool for this is something called structured outputs. All this means is you can tell the AI, hey, I need your answer in a specific format, like JSON, which is just a super common way computers organize data. Why is this so great? Because it forces the AI to give you only the clean data you asked for. No, sure, here's your information or any other chatty stuff that would totally break your code.
And that brings us to the promise of build mode, which is just incredible. You can literally just describe what you want, like, build me a tool for planning projects, and the AI doesn't just give you ideas, it builds the entire app for you. I'm not talking about a pretty picture or a mock-up, I mean a real working deployed web app.
And it handles all the complicated tech stuff, the whole tech stack for you. You just give it the description, and AI Studio gets to work. It builds the front end, what the user sees. It sets up the back end, the server logic. It even creates a database to store all the info. And then, with just one click, it pushes the whole thing live to a public website. All that complex stuff just happens automatically. And if you thought that was wild, the newest feature is called Stream Mode. This is next level. It's real-time, live interaction. You can talk to the AI, show it things through your webcam, even share your screen with it. Just picture this. You're writing code, and the AI is literally watching your screen with you, pointing out a typo as you make it. That's what we're talking about here. Wow. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've gone from just tuning the AI's personality to giving it superpowers with live data, all the way to building entire apps with this vibe coding idea. So let's wrap this up and bring it all home.
And this really is the key takeaway from all of this. Being good with AI isn't just about using the biggest, fanciest model. It's about being able to precisely control it, to define its boundaries and tell it exactly what it should and shouldn't do. When you get a handle on these tools, you're not just a casual user anymore. You become an AI architect. You're the one unlocking what it can really do.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. You've now seen inside the workshop. You know where the control panel is, you know what's in the toolbox. The only question left is, what are you going to build? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.